Greg. Mike. Two bandits. Watching Bluey.
This episode is called Kids.
What up, party people, and welcome.
Oh my goodness.
Episode 45.
I didn't know what he was going to say. We're at 45.
Of Two Bandits Watching Bluey. I am your good pal, Greg Painter.
I see him. Even though I'm not looking at him, I just sense him there. He brings an aura.
And with me, he's a good kid on his own right, and his name is...
Oh, that's just nice. That's a nice little way to put it. Thank you. My name is Mike Martin.
Howdy there, Woody. What's
It's been a
shaking?
minute.
How's the week?
Oh, it's been a very humid week here in Syracuse, New York. We get to go hang out at the zoo tonight and enjoy some adult beverages.
Brew at the zoo.
Okay, cool. We can talk about that. Can't wait.
Ow.
So that's going to be a jolly
Let's
good
look
time.
at penguins and drink beer. It'll be great.
What else can you do
It'll
on
be
an
so
85-degree
good.
day in Syracuse?
We'll be like a couple kids in a candy store.
Oh my goodness! Or a Trader Joe's, or a Kroger's, or whatever the heck they're.
Wherever kids like to be, because we're talking about Emily Painter's favorite
girl.
episode of season 1, Kids.
Girl, I
Maybe not Mike Martin's favorite episode.
I would
but
mute.
we'll chat risky about that some more.
I'm gonna say you typically every now and then when I need to fix something, you say edit point. I'm gonna say an Emily point, and she needs to mute the show for 30 seconds.
You gotta be careful here, because I've been instructed by Emily that she wants to binge my podcast on the way down to Disney in a few weeks.
Oh, is
here,
she
so
gonna like you a lot or like you a lot? There's only two options.
There's gonna be a lot of times if we're taking her headphones off, it's like, Dad!
Those just epic discussions about how big the healer household is. That's the offensive stuff.
That's what she's gonna call me out on.
Oh,
but before we talk about those cheeky children,
oh man,
let's see what the folks at Wiki Bluey have to say about this episode.
Good friends. Hey, Greg.
Yeah, my dude.
What's a kid's?
That's a strange sentence. A quick trip to the shops proves tricky for Dad
Ooh,
when
say that 5
Bingo
times
and Bluey want to play a game of kids. Now, Bluey is mom, Bingo's her baby, and for Dad, however, he is a very naughty boy.
Oh.
That, however, is not required in that sentence, but that's okay.
Maybe that's one of the people that are, following us at Watching Bluey or listening to it saying, we need to start putting a little bit of spiciness inside of
They're getting a little sneaky.
them spicy synopses.
Those cheeky toddlers at Wiki Bluey.
Wow, so many. What's the repeating consonant sound? Wow, because I'm.
It was
Alliteration.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I did it! Big boy pants. I graduated high
Alliteration
school.
crescendos to apex. So we start off
Okay.
in one of my favorite things, the messy car.
Yep.
We've got.
Uh-oh. Are those the coffee beans?
They look more like almonds in this episode to me.
Okay.
I'm giving them chocolate covered coffee beans to almonds.
Okay.
We've got a pencil, we've got a marker, we've got a chip bag.
Concerns me.
We have what it looks like one of those clear markers where you write on blank paper and
That
it's
works
colorful, which is great for a 4-year-old.
So, from a scale of 1 to 10, what are you giving in Jeep cleanliness in this episode so far? Because that was the first thing I wrote down, and then I actually ranked it. So,
I would, for this one, I'd give it a 6.
for cleanliness,
Then a 4.
okay. Oh, it's a low score for you?
It's a lower score for me.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. We just got a nice, brand new Honda Pilot.
Okay.
And we're still loving the sucker. Bring everything out of the car when you get there and keep it clean, keep it nice for a week. Granted, shout out Livy's birthday this week. Went to Chuck E. Cheese, and on the way home, and
Did she take Chuck with
I
her?
won't say who because that person might be listening to this podcast, as earlier mentioned, but somebody spilled an entire cup of lemonade in the back seat. That was a great moment. So let's get back. What did you rank it?
I gave it 8 out of 10 cleanliness scale. I felt like I've seen it mishier down the line and possibly in the past. So I think it was fairly clean in that one.
Well, it's got to be fairly clean if we're going on a big road trip to the markets. Well, not to the markets.
The
but
markets.
To the shop. The
Oh
grocery
my
store
gosh.
there.
I paused the entry here, and I have like 19 mental bullet points that I did when I was watching this yesterday. But go ahead.
There was a lot of things that I did as well, too. It's very much, it feels like the Australian Walmart or maybe Australian Target.
Sure.
Because they've got a lot of stuff in here. They've got TVs, they've got food, they've got...
I allotted it at first
like
because
a deli, not a deli area, like a restaurant-y place. You can see at the front, they've got a spot for you to eat while you're there.
I was confused about this at first the little thing that looks like it's just a mug with a rope jumping over it, but I think with these little coffee beans, I think that's a coffee shop.
Ooh. Got a Starbucks attached.
There's also I think this is when, because I know in Hammer Barn they do the thing where you see a lot of spelling going on in the background, and I don't know if they're trying to sneak things in there and all that kind of stuff. We'll get to that later on in the episode.
Ooh.
But over here...
Well, I think we're going to be in a lot of the same places for this episode, because I've got some stuff to talk about.
I was trying to figure out what these ones were saying on the right, because it is like a strip mall kind of thing, too. But I think that one... I thought it was saying long dog. Maybe that's where they hide the long dog was right there. But I think it's a longhouse, like Texas Longhouse, because...
Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, no, then it's not.
Also, it's in Australia, so it's probably not Texas anymore.
You never know. Also, I'm really mad at the people that do shop here slightly because there are carts that are not in the cart corral. That's a crime against humanity.
I did notice that as well. And I also noticed in the next scene,
yes,
we've only got 3 cars in the parking lot, and the cars change in the next scene.
They do indeed.
Not to be that kind of guy, but...
It's funny because I made a note at some point in this, or I said, the animators had a lot of fun playing around in this episode.
Hey, I got a quick question. We can take this out if you need to, but...
Okay.
Which one of your podcast co-hosts is your favorite? Me or Brent? Because I can kick my own butt and whistle, and I'm not sure if you can do that.
So, I was going to grab a coin and flip it just because I'm going to leave it to fate. But,
That's a tough parent question.
Who's my favorite?
Who's your favorite?
Super convenient for me.
I certainly hope it's Finn.
I don't know. I've had Max for going on 14 years, so that's. But no, it's a tricky question. But it's interesting because Bluey does it right out of the gate, and I didn't notice it as much. Where she's like, "I can run the fastest," and Bingo's like, "Well, I can whistle," and she tries, as opposed to proving a point like, "I'm wearing a black shirt today." You're like, "Well, I could do the thing with my stomach and I roll it," and you just kind of try to do it, and then the whole kicking thing. Bluey's like, "Well, I can do this."
Then Bingo copying, like Bingo not caring about who's the favorite because she's a little kid
She's
still.
a little one.
And she just like 1, 2.
What made me mad about this scene, I don't know if I'm going to say this a couple times, so Emily check. So Bluey does the jump, but then Bingo does the jump, and I think she succeeds in it.
Yeah.
And the music kind of ends, and Bandit and Bluey are both frowning before she actually does it. She does it. They're still frowning. They don't smile at all to this little kid that just had this little accomplishment of, I just kicked my own butt. And they both just like, huh.
It's a tough moment for Dad today, and I'll bring that moment in a second. But
okay.
I just have to point out one more thing, and I don't have a fancy computer to pull up, so I'll just turn my phone to you. What's on the back window of that car?
That is a photo.
No, next to the photo.
Oh, look at the
We
little
got
stars.
more stars.
Wow, you
There's
got the
stars
star on it.
Oh, we're gonna have to do a full re-listen of this entire show.
Oh,
Ever since Mr. Kelly informed us of the stars.
One of our fearless fans will count all the stars for us, and then we'll do an exclusive Patreon on them for doing an episode like that.
They'll be a real all-star.
Oh, smash my mouth with that joke.
Double.
So they're walking into. Maybe it can't be Hammer Barn because they're going to Hammer Barn soon enough.
It's their Target or their Walmart or their grocery stores are way cooler than ours. One of the 3.
Oh, man. Just walk in, they're watching cricket.
Here's what strikes me the hardest, though, of them walking in. We got Dad.
Walking forward.
Got 2 kids.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
We got a solo shopping mission with 2 littlies.
Uh-huh.
There are not a lot of times when that's happened in the Painter household ever. It's either
sympathize.
A 4-man mission,
yes,
or
1-in-1 maybe,
1-in-1,
or solo
hang out
trip
at the
home.
house. Exactly.
Sure,
because groceries are a heck of a lot easier.
That's some intense zone defense there.
Solo.
That's
especially with the very. I mean, they're allowed to run wild this episode, man.
They're allowed to run wild. Bandit's walking in front of them. Like, he's kind of side by side because Bluey's right by his side. Bingo, she's got her eyes on the magical doors that are opening and closing without her having to open it, and her head completely turns before she almost bumps into Bluey. That's just like, let's play kids.
First off, if you need a new TV, if I were you, I'd head to Australia.
Oh.
$700 plus 50% off.
Oh, man.
That's a heck of a deal.
Deal of the day. I had so many notes about what's happening in this episode with prices, too.
So many prices.
Like I said,
prices, but let's play kids before we start talking about prices.
Uh-huh.
Bingo.
Yes.
Toddler named Snowdrop. I think this is the second Snowdrop sighting. Well, she was Snowdrop in the zoo.
That's right. That's
when
right.
you didn't realize that her
was-
voice was toddler voice. She's extra
She's uber
over toddler
Snowdroppy.
on this one.
Yeah, someone put a lot of sugar on that. Right? Those are Snowdrops? Or Snowdrops the chocolate candy with the white spring? I don't like
think so.
Yeah, never mind. Do yourself a favor. Stay away from those when you're walking around your Target.
Bluey's mom,
Walmart.
Bandit, is older brother Diddums.
Why is he so mad about that? Did you look up Diddums at all?
Oh, you set me right up.
I did
what?
because I didn't. There are moments that I'm like I didn't get a chance to go down the Reddit hole
when he was.
so this is
when
all
he,
Mike
oh,
notes.
This isn't. Yeah, this isn't Reddit hole. This is. I just googled Diddums meaning and see if there's anything.
Okay, good.
So Diddums
Yes.
is sometimes used humorously for an adult who you think is behaving like a child.
Oh, that's super convenient.
It is. And it was so super convenient to the point that I was like, okay, is this like Bluey Dictionary? But no, that's what it can also mean like a child acting silly or an adult acting in a silly, childish manner. So again, the healer kids know more words than we do because they instantly came up with that word and thought it was funny without having to Google the meaning.
Yeah, she might have known. She may. Yeah, I don't know, man. What happens when you're the kid? He's gonna go get the.
Went to get the cart.
trolley.
Got to get the lily cart. Mom is in charge of the big one.
Yep. The
Here's what makes me mad, Mike.
What makes you mad is I pull up the sign underneath the welcome sign because I tried to figure out what it spells.
What does that spell?
Because it's the I think it's the leaf, and then above it
that's the
says welcome, and then whatever it says underneath, I couldn't figure out. I got
Oh, blimey.
CU. I think because I looked up meanings to things.
Hey, Mike.
Uh-huh.
Not a visual medium.
I know. Welcome to the visual medium. Looks like it spells CURINDE, which is the only translation from Romanian to any sort of English, and the word just means soon. So I don't know if that's intimidating Kermidi, but it's welcome soon. Or if maybe it's the town that they drove all the way to. I don't know. I have a lot of questions about this episode so far, and it's just...
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. Everybody listening?
Hmm?
If you're at a grocery store,
Yeah.
if you're at a Target, Walmart,
A grocery store that has
Kroger's,
TVs and...
don't let your kids run full speed with your cart into vegetables. That made me so mad.
when the cabbage went down, or it was cabbage, I think.
There was all that's expensive vegetables to be crashing into at that speed.
Mm-hmm.
Bandit, I get Bandit's fun-loving dad.
Sure.
There's time for fun-loving dad, and there's time for making sure your kids don't destroy a Kroger's. Why do you keep saying Kroger's, not Wegmans?
I don't know, man. I went to a Kroger's. I think we were going to North Carolina one time. I don't know. But
why are they crashing on that Piggly Wiggly?
it,
We'll do one for each region. We got the Kroger's, the Piggly Wiggly. Why are they crashing that Hannaford?
why would you do that to the Food
Why
Lion?
would I do that to the Great American? Nailed it. Just
Oh.
make sure you edit each one for the market in the region of the country where they're at.
It's going to be just that computer voice that's just going to say, Jack in the box. Like, no, computer thing. So when they bash into it too, the animators again, they had like a good time in this episode. I think I might have visual medium because that's what I do. When they bash into it, the leeks were sitting up at the bottom here, and then after they hit the cart with it, the leeks undid themselves and started sprouting the wrong way.
Talking about them having fun with it too. I missed it earlier, but when they were riding in the car, whenever they hit a bump, the food on the seats would bump too, and actually one of the little almonds fell off the seat.
Did it really?
Yeah, so it's the details.
What's this
and I
green
like that
fruit?
You have this love. Oh, you mean these fruits right here that I also have
The
on my
$8
screen?
something or others?
Everything is so expensive.
Except for just the giant kale lettuce, maybe possibly. Now, what I think is funny...
So expensive.
is-
$5 for mushrooms?
Somebody look up the photo as you're listening along with us. Of course, don't do it while you're driving or something like that. Or, I don't want bad things to happen. But when she's saying no dilly-dallying Diddums, and you see the stuff on the ground, right here, there's what look like lumpy peppers. Something like that. They almost look like pickled peppers, though.
Oh, I
you
think
see those?
I think those are like peas, like pea pods.
Okay, and they're like $1.50, right?
That's made sense to me. The
Go
pea pods
down
made
to the
sense
paper
me.
towels, quick.
Yes.
Do you see
I
what
don't think those are paper towels. I think those are the bags you put fruits in.
Sure.
And
What's
vegetables.
behind those?
What's behind them?
Yeah, what's behind
The red things?
Nope.
Or
What's behind the paper towels?
The tree thing?
The little green things that are the exact same pea pods.
Uh,
Do you see them?
Oh, I don't have them on my picture. I have a different.
Oh, my apologies. Those are the exact same things. Those go for 50 cents versus the $1.50.
Ooh, it
I
must
don't
be the
trust
generic
this
brand.
Off-brand. Ditums.
Off-brand fruit.
Oh, premium audio content here on this visual day with Super Bandits watching Bluey. It is stellar. I think it's a guava that's $8 though.
$7 for milk, Mike.
That is some nutso milk.
They want to get two. That's $14 for milk.
For milk. And it's
This episode of Bluey is brought to you by Supermarket Sweep. What the heck is going on here?
Go to the turkeys. Go to the milk. Is it? It doesn't seem refrigerated.
I put that there first, and I was like, well, it's probably still in the cooler section. But no, they usually have a door in front of the milk.
Something. I mean, unless it's like really, really cold, like air conditioned wise.
Hey, Mike?
Yeah.
White milk, chocolate milk, or strawberry milk?
I mean, personal it's going to be that chocolate milk. I love me chocolate milk. I do.
I'm
Yeah.
boring. I'm white.
That's cool, man.
Just too much sugar.
Anyone that
Milk's
likes-
always a difficult situation as is. Which we'll talk about that in a minute with some of the stuff on the grocery list. But we'll
Uh-oh.
get there.
Oh, I can't wait for the grocery list preview.
Diddums tries to take chocolate milk out.
Uh-huh.
It's caught red-handed.
And he even's like, shh, a little bit, like, yo, dog, help me out here.
Snowdrop's not about help. Snowdrop's... We're talking about Snowdrop in a minute. I
These
don't
are
want to
some
jump ahead of
cheeky
myself.
children there, folks.
Cheeky. What is that green stuff? Do you think I'm made of money?
Well, I mean, you did look at the produce prices over there, too, so...
Oh, and I almost skipped over. It's all in cap. I love this. I don't know why it got me to laugh so hard.
Okay.
How very dare you?
Yeah,
That's just kid sentence
exaggerated.
greatness. How very dare you?
So he's already set himself up for non-success. I don't want to call it a failure yet, but
Dude.
it's a very tricky situation. But he's also doing the thing where he is trying to play along, and I don't think he's realized what he wants the lesson to really be right now. Because he's just like, oh, yep, I'm being I am being a naughty boy. I'll bring the vegetables back.
This, again,
Oh,
playing along a little too well this episode.
Okay.
I am all about efficiency in the grocery store.
Oh man,
And this is chaos.
We should give each other a random list of 10 items and see who can bring out first.
Again, this episode is turning into Supermarket Sweep real quick.
Oh gosh.
But why does Snowdrop get the chocolate milk and Diddums can't have it?
That's not even the please face in my head.
I wrote down the angelic please face.
Yeah, it is
because it's not just
over-exaggerated.
it's over-exaggerated, and they've got the little dazzling lights around.
I wouldn't call them stars. I think that she cast dancing lights and rolled 20 in performance too. And Bingo's just like, or Blue's just like, that's why.
Oh,
Just look at her. She didn't say she's her favorite yet, though, right?
Not
She's
yet.
just like,
Not
look
yet.
at her. She's beautiful.
that's a big moment coming up here soon. We run into Roko.
Well, they're running. I love above the mushrooms. They're labeled mushies. It made me super happy.
Roko voiced by Daly Pearson.
Yes.
Hopefully future guest. Maybe not. We'll
What up,
see.
Rocco?
What up, Roko? Not Daly. Roko. I'm talking about.
Well, Rocco's daily in this episode, though, right?
I just want Roko on. He's got to be in character the entire time he talks to us. I'm sure he won't mind.
It's
right?
all is basically all Rocco's done so far is just say, "Hey, Bandit, how's it going?"
Pretty much, and then get interrupted. He can come on there and just he's like, "Hey, bandits, how's it going? Good.
Gotta
Roko.
be done.
All right, see ya." Easiest interview ever, Daly. Hook us
Wait,
up.
what's it gotta be? Oh. Now it's funny because I think this is the turning point from Bandit in the whole episode. Because he sees who he thinks is his... Because last time we saw him, at least before we create our conspiracy theory board, last time I saw him, he was ready to go. It was wagon ride. It was got to be done. He was cheerful. He was getting stuff done. This is the opposite. He's getting told to put away. He is non-efficient. He is the anti-Greg Painter right now.
He's on a rough moment, and then he gets broken up again.
And he says,
we
don't
didn't
ask.
Yeah, don't ask.
As opposed to, gotta be done. What's up? He was just like, oh. Sorry, he got interrupted by... Oh, the mushroom kids coming flying in and hitting behind them again?
Again, crashes into the cart again.
Oh my god.
Could have hit a small child.
It could have hit a lot of things.
It could have hit an old person.
It could have hit... Yeah, Doreen might be walking around.
Oh, she's still at the butt stop. It's okay. She's safe. She's accounted for.
There's so much going on.
I do enjoy... Roko, how's your mother? She's good, Mrs. Healer. That's one thing Emily wanted me to make sure I pointed out in this episode.
Aw.
Everybody plays along.
Yeah.
It's not just their family game. Whether it's the checkout lady, whether it's Roko, they're playing along.
Not all of them are playing along. Someone gets quite confused.
So cut back to one of the most giant heel turns in the history of Bluey. We got Snowdrop.
Yeah, we do.
And she just menacing smile on her face.
She's no bueno, man.
Staring right daggers into Diddums. Picks up the chip bag.
And he's got the
drops it.
The frustrated realization eyebrows at that time, where he's walking up because he's like, I just talked to Roko, and I'm doing the death, but I'm not like oh, this stinks.
I'm just confused. Like, why are you doing this, small child?
And then she drops it, and his eyes go wide, like, oh, I know what's about to happen.
I'm about to get got.
Oh, and the music stops. Like, it's all goofy and fun, and she drops it. His eyes go wide. And of course,
instant blame.
Mrs. Healer coming in hot.
What? Who did this? We get the angel eyes again.
Yeah.
Snowdrop is an angel and you are a naughty boy. That's the first when it snaps for him and he's like, if that's how we're playing this game, then I'll be a naughty boy.
It's an amping up to 11 moment. I support this decision completely. I know Greg would have made it to the produce section, but...
You know what naughty boys like to do? They like to get Flexi. They like to get Pepitas. They like to get almond flour. They like to get walnuts.
They're so healthy!
Like to psyllium husk. And they like to get to sugar-free chocolate. Hey, Mike.
Yeah. What's a Pepita?
What's a Pepita? You got Pepitas down.
I got Pepita. Well, you started off with what? You got the list, or is Pepita's the first one you don't know? Because the first thing is...
Flexi. That's pretty... Yeah.
You see that
hey,
in...
what's a Pepitas?
A Pepitas is basically... It's like a pumpkin seed, but you won't find them growing inside of any pumpkin. I don't know how I did it with a southern accent. They are not, as most people think, inside a part of every pumpkin seed. Instead, they actually just grow their own shell-free seed pumpkins. So they're basically pumpkin seeds, but... They're like, I don't need you, pumpkin. We're just delicious little seeds.
I say that one first because the other one that I didn't know what it was. Psyllium husk.
Yep. Oh no, Bandit.
Know what that one's for?
It's for a lot of bowely
That's for pooping. That's for when you drink too much chocolate and pink milk and your tummy hurts.
Used to treat irritable bowel syndrome, hemorrhoids, and other intestinal problems. It's also used to help regulate blood sugar levels with people with diabetes. Man, that's some intense stuff.
They've got some medical herbs and spices in their cart today.
What's more expensive, the Pepitas or the husks?
Oh my gosh. I'm going to say the husks.
It's the Pepitas.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, Price is Right is wrong. $7.95 for the Pepitas and $6 for the psyllium husks. We do our research here, two bandits, baby.
It's what we do.
Oh.
That's why we're the best Bluey podcast in the United States of America. We're not going to talk about the Western Hemisphere.
They're just too good over there. Hey guys, whatever else we can get right, give us more heads up on those than the botches. Oh, jinxed us though. We haven't gotten a botch in a minute.
It's coming soon.
Thanks.
That's not what psyllium husk's for. You put it in your driveway when it's snowing. It melts ice. What's wrong with you American bandits?
Oh.
Bluey demands Diddums.
You could.
Puts back all the groceries. Wait until your father hears about this.
Oh.
Very much love the 1, 2, 2.5. I feel like they don't get to 3
very often in the Healer house.
Do they get to 3 very often in the Martin house?
It goes from 1 to 2, and then I throw a little threat in there, like, oh, okay, so we're not gonna keep swimming. He's like, no, and I'm like, why are we gonna do that? Oh, okay. So I go to 2 3/4 is
we usually we get to 1 and then we get and then starting to slowly stand up is like 2. I'm doing it.
Oh, he's got the pushback.
Got some sass. At least they're not going.
Oh, throwing the 3, throwing the bag right in there.
That'd be a game over, and it was for Mrs. Healer who goes with her big overemphasized walk. You've got to bend down so I can grab your ear.
And still somehow he's. Well, maybe it's because he has that, I don't want to say alternative motive, but he knows the lesson he wants to try to teach now.
I don't know if he does yet. I
he
think right now his lesson is...
He's so submissive to the kids in this episode. He's going to go home with chocolate milk and Chili's going to be like, what?
I don't think he is anymore. Well, that shopping cart looks very different in a couple minutes. But we get to the turning point.
Okay, yeah.
We got to go time out in the toilet paper chair.
That makes sense. Of course. The one that doesn't...
And we're going to pause before I get to the point here.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Because we've had a lot of experience now with toilet paper chairs at grocery stores on painter grocery visits.
Is it you sitting?
No.
Aha!
They like to build. There was one time.
Oh, you mean them just constructing them? Oh, no.
So
what
there
have
was
you
a time
done, Joe Brum?
I don't know what we're buying toothpaste or something, and we were looking. Beth and I were a little bit distracted, and we turned back, and they built, still on the shelves, they just pulled out like 3 or 4 toilet papers, like a toilet paper city. To the point where we couldn't find Olivia for like 10 seconds because she was behind multiple rolls of toilet paper.
Wow.
Just like, don't take apart our toilet paper town.
This is slowly keeping to fall back into the solo trip to the grocery store is typically the most efficient and convenient.
Yup. You spend less money.
I mean, I'll still have a
Quicker
random moment
shot.
where I'm like, how did that get in there? When I do it to myself. Now I've got 4 bottles of Bang Bang shrimp sauce, but you know what?
Ooh.
It's delicious.
That sounds good to me.
That's right.
Why is Snowdrop not in trouble? She's always the cheeky one because she's my favorite. And the music changes, and Bandit's eyes drop, and emotions change. Heartbroken.
But is this him playing
This
the
is
character?
lesson. Yes.
Okay, just making sure
This
he's
is
not.
the lesson.
I mean, I know it's the lesson, but it like.
Okay, I'll just sit here. And Blue's like, oh, okay, yeah.
That's
And
right.
she's feeling like, oh man.
Not only that, but whoever works at this Piggly Wiggly, it's been done, but must be really concerned about the resale value of that chair that Bandit sits in because his wide margin body kind of if you look at it in the audio medium, he squishes the holy heck out of that roll of that bucket of toilet paper there.
The single ply is a dangerous world.
No matter what.
They also are really concerned about that dude must have been in a haze, just pricing poor Bandit's forehead.
Boop.
Can I help you? Wish you could, mate. Wish you could.
He still boops him in the knock though, too.
I do enjoy too. In the background, we've got Snowdrop just opening and closing the car.
Oh, the Valentine's Day music. Ooh, maybe does that?
Ooh,
does that...
wait a second. That might date this episode.
Oh, somebody jot that down for our.
Put it on the board.
Yes. But that person that works at this grocery store, he sounded very familiar to me in a previous episode, and not of us, but also with us, because wasn't that Joe Brum that was playing?
No. But Joe Brum wasn't the boober. Joe Brum was the customer.
That's what it was.
The customer who was talking about
Michael.
can't go back to single ply. It's madness.
That's what it was. Not the one that's saying, how you doing? Can I help you?
But
It
no,
was
Joe-
the co-
Joe-
that, this is where it's confusing.
This is the second episode that Brum and Daly are both in.
Uh-huh.
Except last time we hit the books. We did our
We
research.
went to it. We care too much.
This dog, who is the customer, kind of looked like the Poffingees dog.
Looked like the Paul Fergees guy, and he has the iris on his eyes. It's the blue iris too,
blue iris.
which is very rare in
Which
Bluey.
last time the Puffingee dog was Daly
Yep.
in Markets,
They
which
swappy
Joe
swap.
Brum was
Close.
the German Shepherd.
Yep. German sausage guy.
Craziness.
They're just messing with our heads now. You think
They're
you
not
know you're
good.
Bluey.
I mean, although we talk about this, The Simpsons voiced like 20 different characters.
That's
Bob's
true,
Burgers,
too.
ditto. Although one character voiced by 2 different. It's like the multiverse of Poffingees.
Oh, you mean coming back to the Bluey side of things?
Yeah.
Yes. It's just like, is it my turn to be the Paul Fergees guy? I'll kill it. Watch this. We've gotten a lot better at it too when we keep doing it. So, shoe him in for
Snowdrop.
Bluey's dad if you need to. Also.
Snowdrop, I think it's
Snowdrop.
time for us to get your brother out of timeout. Put that card away. Boom! Card explosion. Stinky mummy. Silly little toddler dance. It is all revealed. Bluey has been blinded to the cheekiness.
No, she wasn't though. Oh.
In the role play that they were doing, she was though. It's okay.
Okay. So maybe Bluey was the one that was trying to teach a lesson in this episode. The
Bluey
whole time.
realizing the wrong of her ways, goes over to get Bandit off the toilet paper chair. And why is this shot so beautiful to me?
When it cuts to the end of the aisle.
When it cuts and it's just the toilet paper majestically in the background. We get
Like I said, the animators had a blast with this one.
we get the apology. I'm so sorry for this, and
The
I'm
music's
also sorry
going.
for saying your sister's my favorite. It's okay, Mom. Happy hug with
That was
tail
so weird when he
wags.
said that too. 'Cause
We have the music in the background, and the music cuts. We're back to the real world with the lady just coming up. It's like, I'm just gonna grab my TP here and be on my
I think
way.
it's funny because their tails are wagging just very passionately with love, and so it's not just hug. It's like, oh, we love each other.
This is the best day ever. Our relationship is resolved.
Oh,
No
gosh.
problems here in the toilet paper aisle.
Not in the slightest. Now, quick question, cutting back to the crazy chase scene, where he's grabbing 9,000 things off of it. One, why did Bluey not catch him when she is the fastest out of all of them? Maybe that was a shout out to Bandit saying,
I think she's the fastest compared to.
I figure as much, but
We're getting close. If we're gonna bring that up too, I'm getting close to the point where Emily is legitimately getting faster than me.
Yeah.
In certain situations, like she's like, let's race around the house. And I was like, okay, and nope.
tight corners, dude.
Tight corners are hard when you're big.
It's not fair when
I
you
can
got
50 meters sprint her and then cough and hack for half an hour afterwards, but still probably win.
I have to do a thing where I keep grabbing the base of my stairwell so I can get like leverage in running. But also, I like that the fact that the scene did almost an old school cartoon thing where it kept repeating after it got to like 10 feet worth of animation. So it was like, this is the longest aisle ever, and I'm like, oh, go for
Just
it,
like
guys.
their house. Just like their house.
Just like their house. See?
Didim's back in control of the trolley.
Mm-hmm.
Got a cheeky toddler to sort out, and I very much enjoy this montage, this mini montage
Interesting.
of cheekality.
Interesting. I can get it because Bluey's learning her lesson here. I don't think the show does this very often to where they truly elongate how the lesson has been learned. And it's a rarity in the show. And so to see them do this for a little bit, I was kind of like, oh, you're going to keep going about this, guys, aren't you?
We got it. We're cleaning up the cards, running away, getting dragged back.
Mm-hmm.
Cart getting full of healthy items. We've got Lollipop Bingo. Very, very gifable picture of
it's like-
Lollipop Bingo with an angel.
The weird clearance section of a store, too, because things were priced like $6.12 and all that. So she was still trying to, like, get her way, but she was still trying that Snowdrop vibe. And Bluey's like, no.
Not so much. We
I'm
have
just-
the tantrum that's just ignored.
I loved that, actually. Have you experienced a heavy tantrum in a store like that
I
before?
have not.
Okay.
What I don't care about the tantrum even.
Mm-hmm.
What disgusted me is child on the floor of a grocery store. I don't know why in my head.
Forgot about you doing this.
I have no idea why in my head, but that just feels so disgusting to me. Like touching the floor of a grocery store.
Okay.
It just. Yeah.
What are you equating the
It's
the
like
Kroger's that they're at to a 7-Eleven or
I
something?
don't
now?
know.
Like,
It just everything's disgusting.
something in the shadiest
If you're
part of
not
town.
in your house, it's disgusting, and don't touch it.
Is that why you're wearing shoes right now? You refuse to touch them? Oh man, Diddums.
Didim's being such a great helper.
See?
Mom, you're embarrassing me. Now,
Aw.
talking about characters playing multiple people.
Cashier lady.
Cashier later, Nicole Nicadio.
Yep.
Check out Lady. She's also the nurse in the Budgie episode.
Oh.
The name looked familiar, and I was like, why does she look familiar?
It's the vet.
It's
Not-
the,
it's
vet.
the vet,
It's
it's
the
the-
receptionist.
Yeah. Oh man, the one that tells her that. Oh man.
Also, she was, we said it the first time, Sif in the original Thor movies. Know what else I learned very recently?
I'm gonna guess the internet helped you learn it.
The internet, well, not the internet, not for this episode, but like out of this. I did not realize, and you're not going to, all of this words is going to go over your head.
I'm gonna pretend that it does not.
In Thor,
Yep.
they have like shorts that are like YouTube shorts with actual Chris Hemsworth playing Thor,
Okay.
where he lives on Earth for a while and he has a roommate.
It's Bandit.
It's Daley Pearson.
Is it really?
Thor's roommate. And actually, in the new Thor movie that just came out, Daley is in that movie, reprising that character, making these silly, goofy shorts that they made canonical in MCU.
Bit.
Yeah, he was like a tour guide in New Asgard in the new Thor movie. Spoilers, I guess, for the new Thor movie? That's all I'll say about it.
Oh.
But super cool for him, it's got to be that. I mean, because Chris Hemsworth is an Aussie.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh man, we're shooting for our
Going
botches
for
strong
it.
this week,
Going for
baby.
it. Chris Hemsworth's an Aussie. Not even
Got
gonna
it.
look it up. I'm sure I'm right. I hope I'm right. So she makes her way back, and again she plays along.
Yep.
Got a fine boy, Miss Healer.
Oh yeah. And he bought guavas. There was at least one guava, so he dropped at least $8.
They got a whole bunch of those mushrooms. Those look like they're $5. I'm hoping a pound. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, what are they eating over there?
And then closing it out with Miss Healer. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Now, Michael, finish that song. What comes next?
Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
That's what it is to you and me. Apparently, the younger generation, Emily,
Don't like it as they don't like it to get too meta.
row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
What?
If you see a crocodile, don't forget to scream.
That's a Peppa Pig thing.
No!
Yes, it is.
No!
Yes, it is.
No!
It also does
My
it. If you see
children?
the big bad wolf, don't forget to scream also. Yup.
No, children, they're both grounded for watching Peppa Pig.
That's the picnic episode when they're trying to get from one side to the next, and Daddy Pig ends up all by himself on the island that's not with the food for the picnic. It's very sad.
I've got to go home now and ground both my children for watching Peppa Pig. But before that, hey, Mike.
Yeah, bud.
What was your favorite thing this episode?
This one was tough for me. I don't want to say I don't like this episode. It got me in a couple feels, like a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, a couple feels that it's just I don't know if I would have went as far along as Bandit did, and he also didn't seem like he was having a jolly good time. But it was also a lot more in public. So unlike an episode like Hospital and things like that, where it's at home torture and he's still doing it, now he's not only because he's awkward when he has to kind of goofily be in public, and then he just decides to do it. But this one, he's not enjoying it at all until he's like, all right, fine. Now I get to be a naughty boy. So my favorite thing was the Snowdrop moment where the music stopped and they dropped it. And he's like, oh, I'm a naughty boy? I'm a naughty boy? Fine, watch this. So sorry to build all around that, but it was a tough one to find.
It was very much the Scarface. Say hello to the bad guy.
Yeah, like perfectly. Greg, what was your favorite thing in this episode, man?
I loved that toilet paper aisle shot.
Oh, that's
with the
right.
loving embrace moment, and then the music just stops, and we see the very awkward, I'm going to say Corgi, who comes up and just like, I'm just going to get this and disappear from these weirdos.
It's not that awkward to just feel like, just grabbing some TP press, like, it's all good. I'm one that's not afraid to kind of over-exaggerate in public, too, so.
What? No.
Oopsie doopsies. You got a question for me? No, because you asked me first. Yeah. Dang, I got 45 episodes in, and I'm still going to find out that I'm the first one to ask Greg, who's your favorite character?
This again was a hard one because everybody was great for a different reason, and you're gonna give me some sass. I'm gonna give it to Snowdrop.
Okay.
Because evil toddler was enjoyable. I kind of for the same reason you said your favorite thing was that evil Snowdrop moment. I'm gonna make it even more specific. Evil Snowdrop is my favorite character.
Oh, the transitions.
When she just like gives those eyes kind of start to narrow, little smiles like, I'm going to be a little brat right now.
Let's see if I can push it.
What happens with this?
Boop. Wow, so we're right about the same thought of at least that moment happening.
We are in that moment happening, but it sounds like you have a different favorite character, sir.
I do, actually.
Who that?
I'm going for a firstie here.
Ooh.
I'm giving this one to Roko.
Roko!
I am, because it was the turning point for Bandit in the episode. Because when he's seen Roko in the past, he's Mr. Chill Bandit, doing the finger gun, gotta be dones, and just having a good time. And then when he said, same thing, Bandit, how's it going, man? He's just like, no, man. And he's realizing this is going too far.
You had a bad day.
Don't ask. What? That is the opposite of gotta be done, is stay away.
It's basically the exact opposite, yeah.
So that's why I give it to Roko, because it was the realization moment of he could have spent the rest of the time at the PNC here in North Syracuse from 15 years ago. But Roko was there, and he made him realize, let's they want to push it. Let's push it. And so, I think a lesson was learned in the end. Just it was like pulling teeth doing that.
So then, based on all those exciting words you just said, how did you rank this episode?
I've bounced around, and I am gonna go Price is Right rules and get it correct with. I'm gonna give this one $7.95 of Pepitas.
Ooh,
yes. Even though I want to be concerned more so about the psyllium husks, and I probably should have ranked it for that, but there's some things going on in the microbiome of Bandit, apparently. Greg,
yo,
how is it even possible to take your daughter's favorite episode of season 1 and somehow find a way to rank? But please do rank episode 45, kids.
We were on a very similar wavelength. I ranked this one $49.50, the cost of one of each of the vegetables in that one screen grab.
Yeah, baby! Look at us!
Thank you, everybody. Plug a clock.
Oh,
At Watching Bluey on Twitter. Give us a follow. We appreciate it.
Always
At
do.
Watching Bluey Pod on TikTok. We got a whole bunch of fun stuff up there right now. The jokes are getting crazy. Mike's in on the game now.
Uh-oh.
Who knows what's
Run for the
coming
hills,
next?
kids. Run for the hills.
Watching Bluey at Gmail.
Yeah.
Send us your takes, your feels. Rate, review, subscribe.
That'd be cool.
Big shout out to
We don't do small shout outs here.
TDCHJHX.
5 times
who
fast.
wrote, my original review didn't go through, so I'll try again because it's got to be done.
Oh!
I love listening to Mike and Greg so much. The intro song, the format, the banter, the enthusiasm, and the pure love of Bluey. This chili also enjoys hearing things from a dad perspective, and I truly adore how much these guys love their kiddos. I like Gotta Be Done, but I'm a nerd for spreadsheets and a pile of conspiracy boards, so I like the setup just as much. Especially since they do their episodes in order. Keep it up, guys.
That's really sweet, man.
It
I
was
got
very
feels there. Oh,
It's
super
very
appreciate it.
sweet.
Name I can't say 5 times fast, but I'll make sure to read it again later.
Thanks
That's
a lot.
cool.
To the Zex.
We're so good at this.
Yeah. Patreon, bit.ly/2BWBPat.
Whew. We're
We
trucking
got-
with that now.
we got
We're back, baby.
A bunch of cool stuff on there. We've got both episodes for August already posted.
Woo!
And we got so much more down the road. Before we get to Aussie Plug, I've got one more big plug.
Oh my goodness.
In theaters right now, I Love My Dad, starring Patton Oswalt and Emily Painter, my daughter's first movie. And she's co-starring with Patton Oswalt, shares a scene with him, just the two of them, building castles in the sky, on Hulu August 12th. Hey guys, don't watch it with your kids though, because it's pretty much a dark comedy.
So is it like Emily
She
watched
gets-
the 4 minutes that she was in? Kind of thing?
Yeah, we'll watch her one scene and then stop immediately, and then Beth and I can take it from there.
Naughty bits.
But
and
check
curse
it out
words.
on Hulu. Proud of my little girl. Played young Becca.
Oh goodness.
And lastly,
Oh my goodness.
and most importantly,
It has to absolutely be. I mean, give it to a guava. I don't know. Maybe a nutrition store. Maybe you found the grocery store that they're trying to be, and they're gonna plug them. I don't know. I got nothing. That's
if the psyllium husk isn't working for you, make sure you pick up Cheeky brand 3-ply toilet paper.
what's convenient with wait.
Family owned and operated business based in Sydney, Australia, committed to providing sustainable, locally sourced, high quality toilet roll.
What was the ply on it?
3-ply.
Ooh,
Get out of here, single.
We need a fancy world over here. That's a castle.
Cheeky.net.au.
I love it. Goodness.
Promo code.
Puffergies.
Appreciate you all. Thank you as always.
Honestly, yes, and that's all we do. Any interact with us, reach out to us. We love you so much.
Love you. Appreciate you. But until next week,
Oh man,
it's gotta be done.
it's gotta be done, folks.